The Kevin Durant sweepstakes continues to heat up. I've given my opinions on what the Suns need to do for Kevin Durant. I want them to trade him to the Heat for a couple of reasons. Even though Kevin Durant doesn't like me, and that's pretty well documented over the past couple of months, and that's okay. I don't give a damn. I am rooting for Kevin Durant to succeed because I do think his legacy is judged way too harshly. I don't blame him for going to the Warriors. I didn't like the move, but I don't blame him. It was a free ring, make max money. I get it. So if I were trading Durant, what would satisfy my needs is I do want Durant to go somewhere where I think he can win and be a good player. But I also want the Suns, even furthermore, to get back a really good package to help this team continue to be better because I cover this team and I want them to be able to be competitive. But if you move Kevin Durant to the Miami Heat, and I don't really care if you get Andrew Wiggins. Truly, I don't care. It's not the end-all, be-all of a trade. But if I get Kel'el Ware, Terry Rozier, Duncan Robinson, and 2 first-round picks, I don't care. Kel'el Ware is the big piece of that deal. I want him in Phoenix. I think he'd match up really well with Devin Booker. He showed a lot of promise. And then if you use a first-round pick this year and you nail that pick, you're talking about a young core again of Oso, Ryan Dunn, Kel'el Ware, and Mr. Mystery pick in this draft. But you have to hit on that pick too. Duncan Robinson, don't care. Andrew Wiggins, sure, do I want Wiggins here? I'll take him. Fine defender, fine player, in the nth degree, just a fine player. He can help you right now, keep you afloat. But I want Kel'el Ware. And if you have to take either Ware or Wiggins, I'll take Ware. I don't really have that much of an interest to compete this year because I don't think the Suns are going to compete. But let's make sense of some of the Suns reporting. First off, for the 13, 14 people I think in the chat this morning, here's what I'll say. No one, I think, knows exactly what's going on. So when you hear Gambo yesterday talk about the Heat are unlikely, and then him immediately changing his wording on that, this is not me coming after Gambo. I know people like to call other people mouthpieces. This is how the media works. Gambo gets a scoop. Gambo puts it out to the public. Gambo understands that it's leverage. And then later on, he gets a story about who the Suns are drafting in the first round of this draft. And that was the analogy that was used to me from my guy Brendan Clean yesterday. Everything is posturing right now. And then immediately, an hour later, Shams Charania goes out and said, the Suns are talking to the Timberwolves, the Heat, and I don't remember who it was, the Rockets. And it's wait a second. Gambo just said it's unlikely. I wouldn't go after any reporter right now. The only thing I would say is I've seen every fan account claim they have sources, whether it's a Suns fan account, a big name Heat fan account, a big name Spurs fan account, or a big name Rockets fan account. And they've all said the deal is done. They don't know anything. Save yourself some time. DeColdis doesn't know anything. The fan accounts don't know anything. I'd go after another guy for not knowing anything and just putting out things that are basic information and late and then claim it as sourcing. If it doesn't come from one of the bigger guys, Bourget, Dwayne Rankin, John Gambadoro, I largely wouldn't believe it. That's all this is right now. It's posturing. No one actually knows what's going on at this moment. No one. And so when people say a Heat trade is unlikely, here's how much the pendulum has swung. Yesterday when I got off on this show, I said, I think the Suns are going to get a haul. And then this morning, I'm just praying that they can get Kel'el Ware. It changes on a daily basis. I know who I want. I want the Suns to trade Kevin Durant to Miami. I want Wiggins, Ware, Duncan Robinson, and 2 first-round picks. But if I have to let go of Wiggins to get that other pick and get Rozier instead, I'll do it. Ultimately, the Rockets package doesn't entice me as much as that Heat package. Neither the Spurs. But here's what frustrates me. There's this argument between, well, if the Miami Heat have the best package, or I'm sorry, well, if the Timberwolves have the best package, just send them to the Timberwolves. That spells bad news for the Phoenix Suns. If the Suns are willing to trade him to not one of his preferred destinations. And here's why. And again, this is something we talked about today on Locked On Suns. If you are trading Kevin Durant to the Memphis Grizzlies, because it's the best package, but Kevin Durant has made it known he doesn't want to be there, probably doesn't bode well for you in negotiations. Probably means you're getting less in a Kevin Durant trade, not more, because that means he might not sign an extension with that team. And so immediately you say to yourself, okay, if he's not signing an extension with that team, that could just be a team trying to use cap space or trying to get rid of his cap space at the end of the year, and then at the end of the year, you have $54 million to spend. So when I talk about the Timberwolves and why I do think they're probably in the lead right now, and the Suns are doing everything they can to get Miami to send Kel'el Ware, the Timberwolves, that package would be underwhelming. 2 first-round picks, Rudy Gobert and Dante DiVincenzo. You're praying you hit on those first-round picks. Praying you hit on those picks. I've continued to beat the drum. You got to get Rob Dillingham. In any trade for Kevin Durant, you have to be able to get a young, ascending player. I don't care who that is. Whether it's Dillingham, Castle, Jabari Smith Jr., or Kel'el Ware. A trade for Kevin Durant has to include one of those players, guys. One of those players. And then picks. I need something tangible this year to show me the future of the Phoenix Suns is bright. So whether that is Castle, Kel'el Ware, Jabari Smith Jr., and who's the other team I was just saying a second ago? Rockets, Wolves, Rob Dillingham. So let me just say it again. If I don't get one of Castle, Jabari Smith Jr., Dillingham, or Kel'el Ware, I can't do the deal if I'm the Phoenix Suns. The Suns have to get more athletic. They have to get twitchier. They need to be able to get one of those young guys to help ascend them to the next level. And so with all the posturing and all the reporting, here's what I would say. If someone said, where do you think Kevin Durant goes today? I think he goes to Miami, but that changes on a day-by-day basis. It truly does. I don't know what I'm supposed to believe at this point. Everyone's posturing. Gambo's negotiating out in public on behalf of the Phoenix Suns yesterday. It felt like on his radio show. I don't know what it is to believe. What I would say is the only people that know anything right now are actual reporters. Stop buying into people for whatever team you're a fan of, and think Kevin Durant is getting traded because so-and-so Heat culture tweeted out that they are. That some Devin Booker fan account said that they are. No one knows anything right now. And what I would say is the Suns are doing everything they can through Gambo, through Shams, through whatever reporter that will take the story, telling teams their offers are not good enough, and they will. They'll send them to Zimbabwe if they have to get the best deal. Zimbabwe in this instance being the Minnesota Timberwolves. But right now, if I were to guess what the Timberwolves are offering the Suns, it's probably Gobert, DiVincenzo, a first, maybe 2. And that's because Kevin Durant doesn't want to go there. So the Timberwolves aren't going to offer you more than you think. They're going to offer you less than they think. So when bleep hits the fan, San Antonio's or the Suns, I'm starting to worry, might get less than you think for Kevin Durant. But honestly, I don't know. Last night, or after the show, I got off with you guys, and I said, I think they're going to get more than you think, not less. And now today, I'm like, oh man, are they going to get anything? Is it just going to be a pick or two and tell you to shut up and go play with your Terry Rozier doll? Like, It's tough, guys. It's tough. I would say hold firm, keep the faith. No one knows anything. And I think a deal is starting to come to a close.